Installed, my piano's ready to go. I figured I'll make a video and give you a brief overview on what my initial thoughts on the setup is. So you got your three pedals, your una corda, your sostenuto, and your sustain pedal. The first pedal to the far left, I guess now it's called a soft pedal for digital pianos, but it's originally called the una corda pedal because I guess older pianos, you depress this pedal down and it hits one string instead of the two strings that it has. Modern day pianos has three strings, and when I looked at the back of a grand piano, I noticed what it does is instead of hitting the three strings when you hold the soft pedal down, it looks like it hits only the two strings. So it gives supposedly a softer tone to your playing. So this would be, I guess, without the pedal in use. And this will be with the pedal in use. So you can hear it lowers the volume a lot, but I guess one can say it really doesn't matter because I guess you can lower and raise the volume on a digital piano to make it soft or loud, so to speak, because that's what it really does. It sounds like it just lowers the volume. So I guess if you're playing something crazy and then you want to lower it, I don't know. I don't think it's going to see much use, but I guess it's nice to see it there. The second pedal, the middle pedal, is a Sostenuto pedal, and it works on a digital piano. I guess the number one question is, on an upright piano, it's supposed to hit the notes closer to the piano rather than farther than the piano. I guess that makes sense or whatever. And on a grand piano, what it does, it's just it's supposed to hold the tone of one key, the sustain of that one tone that you hit, and you play other notes, and it basically, the other notes don't hit the sustain. So on this piano, the way it works is I gotta hit the key, then push the pedal down, and then it sustains, and then the other notes aren't sustained. I can't just hit this key really fast and then hold it down. You gotta like catch it. So I can't. So in essence, my first note, I can't hold this pedal down and hit this. It won't sustain it. So I have to hit the key, push the pedal down, and I'll hold it, and I'm able to play like that. The last one is the sustain pedal, which is self-explanatory. It just sustains the notes. So it holds it down. So my initial thoughts on the pedals from messing around with a grand piano and an upright piano and messing with these pedals, I like it. It does the job for practicing and playing. A beautiful thing that I actually had to mess with the settings with this piano is the fact that it's not an on and off switch. I think in the previous video I said the sustain pedal is basically you have it on or it's off. Well, that's not the case with this pedal, and it's not the case with the pedal that comes with the digital piano itself, the little portable, just one pedal thing. So I put the volume as high as it can possibly go so you guys can hear, but if you depress it halfway, it sustains a little bit. And if you press it all the way down, it keeps going. So it has a two setting. It's interesting because the keys are now triple sensors, right? So the sustain is what I would like to say a double sensor, you know? And I wish they can make the pedal a triple sensor as well, so therefore you have a long range of dynamics as far as your pedal playing goes, because on an acoustic you can put the pedal anywhere you want because it's mechanical, and each strength that you put on the pedal all the way down to all the way up will affect the tone in some ways, like the piano's alive. But with a digital piano, obviously you got the half and then you got the full. So, but still, I think that's pretty cool that it has two settings on there. I know that my Yamaha P115 did not have that. It was basically an on and off pedal. I had no idea about that. Another key thing that's pretty cool about this piano that I'm loving is the fact that it recreates the sound of the dampers on the strings lifting up and falling down on the strings. Now I'm going to keep quiet and I'm going to play with this pedal, and maybe my camera microphone can pick it up and you can hear it. And the two like sensors, the pickups on the pedal, works the exact same way with the sound. It's a soft damper pickup and a loud damper pickup. If you step on it hard, it's louder. You hear it through the speakers. And I'm gonna do that one more time just in case you guys didn't hear it too well. I'm gonna put the camera right next to my speaker so you guys can pick that up. That's the low setting and this is the high. Which on this piano you can over exaggerate it. Right now I have the volume of the damper. Yes, you can set the volume of the actual damper from this piano. So I have it set all the way to 10. Now when you're playing, you can actually hear it as you're playing when you're picking it up, pressing down on the pedal and lifting it up. But if you just want a clear tone or whatever, you can shut the volume all the way to 1 or shut the volume completely off on the pedal. It's your choice. But I thought it's a really awesome feature that coming from a $600 piano to a $2,000 piano, I was like, ooh, I was so excited just for those little, pieces that they give you, little crumbs technology crumbs that they put in. I'm deciding to actually read through the manual and go through every single exact nook and cranny on how to know my machine from inside out so I can understand it better and hopefully learn from it better. But off the bat, I must say that in my earlier video I stated that this screen does the job. Whatever setting you need to go to, it does the job. Now that I went through the manual a little bit and saw the settings and all the things that it can do or whatever, a bigger screen is definitely needed. It's definitely preferably a touch screen where you can just have a menu with the boxes, like settings, kind of like an Android phone when you hit the settings and then it has the little menu drop down and you click it and the menu's on the right hand side. Something similar to that effect where you can easily program and hit a save button to save those features. The way it is right now, you can do that but I wish it was all on a screen, and it looks like they have the space for it on this piano to do it. And I understand with more added features means a more cost to the piano, and I understand the R&D development of the piano is mostly in the keys, so I totally get that. But if you want to put like fancy stuff on here, it would be more acceptable if it was like user friendly. Otherwise, these buttons right here are just gonna be buttons right there, you know? Nobody's gonna use it regardless. But it does take someone to actually, unless they had digital pianos before, or even if they didn't, they're jumping to Kawai. You know, this is a pretty thick manual. And usually these manuals will be divided in English, Spanish, French, Japanese. No, this is all English. Not one Japanese or anything translation. This is a whole piano manual. And it has so much flexibility. You can change, you know, the dynamic range of tone and everything. It's like, that's why I think it's awesome, but I think it would be a lot cooler if it was an LCD screen with a bar graph where you see the range of your tone and you can use the up down arrows and change it manually and stuff like that. I'll never be that advanced, you know, to do stuff like that, but it'll be cool for more advanced players to see if they can mess with it and create their own music as well and sound. So that's all I gotta say about the 3 pedals. I just want to pan in here and show you guys, put the light on here so you guys can see a little better. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this wiring back there. I mean, I wish it had a backboard like you see on the Clavinovas. I wish it came with a backboard so it can hide all those wires. I mean, I can zip tie them and do whatever, but there's still always going to be wires there. And most of those wires are, you know, for my studio speakers and subwoofer. That's where like all the wires are. And then, you know, I got 4 power wires. I have 5 power wires. 2 for the speakers, 1 for the sub, 1 for the piano, and 1 for the lights. So there's a bunch of wires here. And then you're not even counting the lines in and the line outs for the speakers and the jacks in the back and the pedal and the headphones, you know. So I wish they would have put a wooden backboard. And I guess the way they designed this was to be kind of like a show piano, like you just plug it in and that's it. But obviously us piano players, we don't do that. We want, you know, we want louder, clearer sounds than coming from the onboard speakers, which from what I read online, people say it's crap and they install studio speakers regardless, you know, because the minute you put studio speakers, the sound is like 3 times better. So, that being said, backboard, that's what I wish it had, so it can hide the wires and make it more look elegant. The construction, as far as when you push this pedal down, the base of it doesn't move. That nut in the bottom that you saw in my install video actually, you know, does its job. Maybe it's because I'm on carpet, but it really does its job. when I first had it installed without the keyboard, these two pieces right here will like shift or whatever. But once when you had the piano on top and there's two knobs to secure it, it's on there really good. It really is. So no shaking, no nothing. The stand for itself, it's really interesting because I had the portable stand originally and that had the keyboard really high, so I was like practicing like this, and now I'm practicing like this. So it was like a slight adjustment change to it, but I didn't realize how low the piano actually is. But no issues whatsoever. That just threw me off for a bit. Other than that, the stand is a stand. It's not worth the price. It's definitely not worth the price you pay, even if you get 15% off on the listing price. It's not worth it at all. It should be the same price as those Yamaha L85 stands, which go for, I don't know, 70, 80 bucks or whatever for their P225s or their P115s. And they're made from the same material, the same constructions, the same anything. The pedal was cheaper. This 3-pedal thingamabob here was cheaper than the stand, and that has like electronics in it and everything, and it also has wood and stuff like that. So I don't understand the justification on the price. I don't know. Are you paying for the name? I don't know. But other than that's it really. Till my next video. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.